on this computer. Boom, baby. Okay. So you are so awesome, Scott. I didn't expect you to pop in so quickly, but we want to know more about, Performance Max and Google Ads, because I think this is one of the next steps. I know Donna used to do. Donna, are you still doing Google Ads?
Not a one.
So yeah, so we definitely need to. This is the next step, because as I was telling this guy this morning that I prefer Google Ads these days compared to Facebook Ads, which is a total turnaround from what I thought before. I think Google Ads are more to get more customers, but they have to be run properly, right? So pin, ha. Okay. Ooh, look at this. We're both online. I did this by accident. Okay, take it away, mister.
Well, so with Google Ads, there's it used to be called Google AdWords, which was, of course, just search. And so people were paying for search terms. And then it evolved, I don't know, a couple of years ago, they just became Google Ads because they were doing a lot of other stuff. But there's really three main types of ads that you can run. There's the search, where people are just searching for terms, and then your ad comes up when they match that term. Then the second ads are display ads, and those are ones that are pushed to people based on their activity. So, if they're on the Home Depot site looking at lumber, and you sell lumber services, then your ad will probably be delivered to them. And search ads are just text. Display ads include images and text. And then the final one is the YouTube ads. So, which is just the video. That's the pre-roll or mid-roll. That's where your ad ends up there. Performance Max is a new type of campaign that came out, I don't know, a couple of years ago. And basically, instead of going in and setting up a search ad and setting up a display ad and setting up a YouTube video ad, you go into Performance Max and you just load the assets in, and it takes your budget and allocates it to all three, search, display, and YouTube. So in my experience with Performance Max is hot and cold. Either it's really good or it's really bad. And so I have no problem with using Performance Max. In fact, what I would recommend is that you start with setting up the Performance Max, but you'll need your ad copy. You'll need the images and video. And the video has to be loaded up onto YouTube, because that link is what you share out. So so you can set the Performance Max up, and I'd let it run for a week. And if it works, then great. But if after a week you're just not seeing much performance, then I would go back. And I always recommend doing a combination of search, display, and video ads, because the conversion rates are going to be higher on search ads. That is, because people are looking for something. They're looking for a solution. So they might be shopping books on Shopify, and the search in that search is going to come up. Now there's a higher probability that they're going to click on that. If it's a display ad and they've just been searching, if their search history says they're researching how to build Shopify sites, and the book on Shopify gets delivered to them, there's a lower probability that they'll click on it, but the delivery is cheaper. So you're going to pay more per click on the search ads than you will on the display ads. So the typical pricing is going to vary. WordStream is a great place to look to compare industries. But you could expect on a search ad to spend anywhere from $1.50 to $2.50 per click. That's for someone to actually go to the site. Could be less, but just set your expectation there and be happy. On the display ads, if you're right now around 50 to 75 cents, you're doing pretty good. And those are the display ads. That's the visual. Those are the ones that are delivered to people based on their intention. The conversion rates are going to be lower because these are not necessarily people who are at that moment actively searching, but based on their history, they're looking for this information. The YouTube ads, generally, this is a great place for just awareness. So you can get video views for 2 to 3 cents each. So, like, I have a video ad right now, and I put $1 a day to it, and I'm getting about I'm getting 70 views a day, something like that, on there, and it's a great way just to kind of pump that up, and I get subscribers out of the channel, but I'm just putting $1 a day to it. And for me personally, that's the only ad that I'm running right now. But it's great awareness. And so with the video ads, 15 seconds is really good because you have from the time that someone clicks on a video and your ad starts to play, you have from the time that they find their cursor and move it over to the skip ad to give you the message, for you to deliver that message, right? And so that first 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, critically important that you get something that's going to grab their attention. Don't say, well, this is Veronica Jeans and because that's over. That's gone, right? You've got to get that first 5 seconds. Millions are being made on Shopify, something like that, whatever it is, whatever your hook is. But that's Performance Max combines all of those together. Sometimes they work really well. Sometimes they don't work at all.
Have you tried Performance Max with Code Buddy?
No, we're doing just individual ads there because it's easier to manage. And so you were managing um, the budget on each one, on the search and display ads. And we're doing very little on the YouTube side of it. The YouTube channel itself gets really good organic, but I mean, it's got like 17,000 followers or something on the channel. So we don't really need to use that part of it.
So,
Can you?
Nancy?
Go ahead, Nancy.
Thank you. And thanks for being on the call. Can you use Performance Max if you're not set up with videos? We just started a homewares and decor store. We've got plenty of visuals and text, but we don't have any videos yet. So
yeah, you just wouldn't load one up
okay.
when you're setting it up, because it's going to ask for the link. But what I'd recommend is if nothing else, just do a little slideshow of some of your still images.
Okay.
Put together something that's got a hook, and you don't need any audio, even if your visual's good, but just a little slideshow of those images.
Right. Thank you.
And budget.
So it really comes down to, again, that cost per click, right? So I'm only spending $1 a day for myself on the YouTube videos. And if I was putting that into a search ad, I might get 1 click every couple of days. So, but I'm really doing it just to build up the YouTube channel. So, if you're gonna put money into it, probably $300 to $500 a month is really where you want to start as far as a full campaign. But I would say just setting something up and getting $1 a day and starting to work with the settings, is you get to, just like every digital ad set, you get to focus on your audience. So is it male, female, both? Are they parents? Where do they live? And you can geo-target very precisely. You can put the pin on the map and just go a mile around that spot, or you can go by zip codes or states. So you can target really easily, and then you can also exclude areas. And one of the things I recommend when you're setting up when you're in the settings and you're setting location, I would intentionally exclude places that you don't want your ad to be delivered to. Um, so in the US, if you're shipping, you may not want to ship to Canada because of the price. So I would just say exclude Canada, exclude Mexico. I always just exclude China, Russia, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. I just always add those as excluded locations.
Are you also able to specify like age groups and gender? Like we can
Yeah.
already see that our target audience is like women over 40 with certain income. So you can. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can target that as well as all the interests. And so I just recommend playing around with them, but it does take time to optimize. So just like with the meta ads, it takes about 2 weeks to optimize an ad. So my recommendation is set it up today, put on your calendar keep an eye on it. But don't make any changes until 2 weeks from now. But definitely set up a spreadsheet and track things like the impressions, the reach, the clicks, um, those things. There's the reports feature in Google is pretty powerful, and you can save a report. So then you can go and you can look and say, what are the stats that are important to you? And you can even you can even look at locations. You can say, where is my ad being delivered? And that's helpful too. So if you said target the whole US, but you can see different pockets, maybe you want to focus on those pockets and not spend money on other places. Or you can say, I'm just going to target major cities or wherever the population centers are.
So when you said 1 week, so if it doesn't work in 1 week, Performance Max, but that's when it's not delivering, right? When you don't get impressions or anything.
Yeah, it's just, if you're just not getting clicks, I said it's just because you can tailor each search ad and each display ad, each YouTube ad individually, because it may be that you don't want to just blanket it, and it's going to separate the budget out based on an algorithm, which is fine. In some cases it's not. So you just have a little more control. Performance Max is not a bad process, but because it's easy. And like I said, I've just had some and they worked really, really good, and some that they were just dogs.
Yeah. And so it's easy to go from Shopify into Performance Max as well. And do that. Okay, this is exciting. But I mean, so for Court, so I mentioned Court Buddy because I know you really work well with them. So are they about $1.50 to $2 on the search ads? Because that's like a product, right? That's like a product.
Yeah, let me take a look and see. Let me just take a quick look.
So Kelly, I'm gonna do this with Invisible and with Kalahari. I'm gonna start Performance Max ads on Google. And Nancy, I know that so I'm still pushing the products through to to the listings for industrial. So as soon as I do it this week, I think we're going to be successful this week to get it done. Then we're going to start Performance Max with them as well. I know she started it before I did the thing, so she was kicked out. So we had
So
to
where do
redo
you
the whole
find
thing.
Where do you find Performance Max at? Is it within Google Merchant or is it through Shopify?
It is, well, everything, what I recommend is when you go to any of these things, go into a Shopify store, go to Google, and there's always a link to wherever you need to go. But you
Gotcha,
can
gotcha.
literally set it up, Performance Max, through Shopify, right? So you just click the
Okay.
button and create your campaign, and that will set it up. I mean, that's how I get to everybody's account.
So I had Google ads for quite a while, for 10 years, and I was doing okay, but you know, they were costing a lot of money and I wasn't getting the return. It was diminishing. And Performance Max worked for a lot of people that I know, but did not work for me, and I'll tell you why. My blog is not the same as my website because most of my blog posts have to deal with puzzles and not custom puzzles. So I was getting people coming and clicking and paying for it, but that's not what they were looking for. So if you could take the blog away from the website, it would have worked. It would have worked better. But I found that I was spending money on people who were doing online puzzles, people who were doing regular, jigsaw puzzles, whatever.
So they were looking for an online game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was paying a lot of money on YouTube and a lot of money on the performance, and I wasn't getting the return. But the display ads worked well, really well.
Yeah.
And the search ads, once you dial it down and you have more negative keywords than you have keywords, you're doing something right.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just looking, the search ads on ChordBuddy are average cost per click is $1.43 right now. And let me look at another. Looks like we've only got, we're only running search ads, and we do have one Performance Max ad that's running. And that's actual the cost per. So we've got the conversions set up there on the e-commerce part, and it's converting at $9.12 per, and it's a $50 product, so we're happy with that one. And the cost per click is 23 cents, so that's a Performance Max. So that one's pretty good. But you just have to be persistent. You just got to keep an eye on them and keep making little tweaks here and there.
And the tweaks are what?
So you're gonna change your keywords, add in those negative keywords. As she said, that's helpful.
What do you mean by
So
negative keywords?
So like I have a client that is he's an industrial screen printer. So he prints like faceplates for equipment, but he doesn't do t-shirts. But screen printing, people are looking for t-shirts. And so we put negative keywords in t-shirts and all the variations and spelling and so forth, because we don't want people who put in screen printing and t-shirts to show. So if they put in t-shirts, the ad won't be delivered to them.
Okay.
So for like the games for the puzzles, I think that's a really good one for the video. So because you can say custom puzzles right off the bat. Right. That first sentence is going to have something about custom puzzles, click to learn more, not play games or play puzzles. So I would look at that one.
Personalized custom puzzles. Yeah. Yeah, then you have to look at how many clicks, because you pay per click, just to let everybody know, you pay per click, and then you get a conversion. So you'll have a couple of clicks and then you have a conversion. So then you'll see, okay, it took, well, quote body $9 to actually get a conversion. And does it make sense, as Donna knows already, that if you're paying 30 cents a conversion, that's not very good. $30 for a conversion, that's not good if your product is only $65. And so you really need to keep an eye on it and keep tweaking it on a consistent basis to make sure that you have the right keywords. And one of the places that you can see, even for the search, that you can see what keywords people are really using is it's SEMrush, right?
Well, the Google Keyword Planner is pretty good too.
Oh, Google Keyword Planner, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I use the Google Keyword Planner, and that's a great place to start. And what I do is just download their spreadsheet, and then you can add words to it, and you can just basically cut and paste and drop that whole list right into your ad keywords list.
And what do you use? A WordStream? I love WordStream, by the way.
Yeah, WordStream is just a place where you can go and get comparative information based on your industry. So you can see what's the average cost per click, what's the average click-through rate by industry, and it's a benchmark just to say, is $1.23 good, or is 98 cents good per click? How am I doing on the industry?
Yes. Yes.
Whether you're happy with what the click is or not, at least you're either doing better. Obviously you want to be better than the industry, and it's a huge average.
Yes.
So my experience is that you should be better than the WordStream published average.
Yeah. And what I found, I think it's SEMrush, where they actually show you comparison PPC ads that other people are running, and what the text is and what they've added to it, and the pricing as well.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing when you talk about tweaking. So we talked about the keywords and adding negative keywords, but also your text. So Google will grade your text, because in your display ads and stuff, you'll have various phrases. You've got headlines and long headlines and descriptions, and they're all character limited. So it might be 30 or 90 characters, including spaces and any punctuation. And Google doesn't like things like exclamation points, all caps. The algorithms will reject those. So try to stay away from that. But then it'll say this text or this image is best or good or poor. And so obviously if it's poor, then you want to make changes on that. And so those are the tweaks that you're doing. And you just kind of keep an eye on it and just keep making those little changes and see what resonates. Patience.
Yeah. Lots of patience, lots of testing, and also and we've got AI, so we can which can help us with those words and try and improve the words, and maybe have suggestions of I've now got AI suggesting posts, the images, right? What type of image to post, which would look good. So I think that may be a good idea as well, because it's very hard to know the exact words that are going to be your top performance.
Yeah, it's it depends on what problem you solve too for the images. So working with contractors, like painters or roofers. A lot of times the images that they want to put up are the finished product. What does it look like after the new roof is on? But that's not what people are buying. People are buying a roof with missing shingles and moss and, bad gutters and things, right? So an image that's maybe a side by side before and after, because like roofers, none of us look at our roofs. We just drive up to the house and pull in. And we assume our house looks like this beautiful one in the picture. So, just think about, you're trying to present a problem that people want to get solved.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, how would Nancy do it? But with Nancy's product is that people buy it because they, it's like, oh my God, this is gorgeous, I want to buy it. Whereas Lynn can talk about the weighted products is
So Lynn, what's your product?
Hi, good morning. I make weighted wraps and weighted blankets.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Veronica, you bring up a good point. Like ours is a decor and homeware store, so we've got like 100 different items. So, how do we know which items or images are best to push or use?
I always think of with that. So I was working with a landscaper, and he wanted to get lots of pictures of just the landscape.
Mm-hmm.
But we did the lifestyle images. It's people spend all that money on their landscaping so they can sit in the backyard with their friends and drink wine. Right. I mean,
Right.
or watch the kids or grandkids playing around the backyard. Right. Those are the images that worked better. And with the decor, that's the same thing. It's like, uh, I want people to come in and just be comfortable, right? And sit around and have fun and talk and enjoy food and company. And so I would definitely think people would be good additions, not just product images.
Right.
I'm thinking about Lynn's with somebody sitting going, and then the blanket around going,
Yeah, I was invited to Boston College for a class for marketing, and they've got a lot of good pictures like that. But I also am thinking, because I'm from New Hampshire, there is a furniture store that's in New Hampshire as well, that I'd like to approach him to see if we can do like shots with his furniture in the living room and a bed, that's, so then it's in actual being used.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially that one image you have with that girl. She's on the couch or the bed, and
Yes.
she's studying with the thing around.
Yeah.
That something that evokes. Oh man, that looks really cool, right?
Right, and it's also very colorful.
Yeah. Donna will use my grandkids.
Yeah.
Or the baby Donna. The baby is the cutest, right? Those images.
And I can see something like so if you go so imagine you're in the store and you've got somebody that's in a nice setting, wingback chair, say, sitting there, and they're comfortable because they have your blanket on it, right? And that's one picture.
Yeah.
But then before that, you have the same person there with an inadequate blanket looking uncomfortable, right? And there's some subtle things that you can do because, so like in the movies, right? Everything is done by the director. So the color of the walls change. And in fact, if you look in the movie The Shining, this is a good example of it. They changed the color of the hallway walls, right? From being comforting to being uncomfortable. And nobody really noticed it while you watch the movie because of all the other stuff that's going on. And so you can do the same thing there where the walls are, cold blue, but when they're with your blanket, they're a warm orange yellow
Oh,
thing,
nice.
right? And then
Nice.
you do it and you set the camera up and you get the person so everything's the same, and then you just do a transition, right, from a fade from one to the next, right?
Oh,
I do it
nice.
quick. I do a quick fade, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's terrible. Oh, look how nice this is, and comfortable, and smiling, and happy, and beautiful people.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks.
Now, can you, like, when you set up your ad campaign, can you have a couple different, images, or do you start off with like one campaign and then that would be a different
Yeah.
campaign? Like if you
So-
wanted to highlight different things that you have, like we have textiles, we've got wall decor, we got floor decor, floor items.
Mhm.
So do you set up separate campaigns for different?
Um, so that's fairly complex. So it really depends on the landing page that you're sending them to.
Okay.
So when they click, where do they go? And so, if I'm looking at, if I see a picture of a lamp and I click and it's a floor rug, that's a disconnect,
Right.
right? So consistency. So the wording in your ads should be similar to the wording in your landing page, right? So the phrasing, so they know that they're at the right place.
Right. That makes sense.
And
Thank you.
yeah. Um,
And the image should reflect it as well. So you have one image that is on your ad should be, Donna disappeared, should be exactly the same image on your landing page. So,
and you can,
Mhm.
but in your display ads, you can load up 15 different images.
Mm.
And
Oh,
some are
okay.
going to be square. Sometimes it's the same image, but it's just square or landscape, right? The aspect ratio. But what's going to happen is you want to load up all 15 pictures, and Google's going to go through and it's testing to see which of those work. And that's where you get scoring. And you may have, it's funny because you'll have the same image, but a different aspect ratio. And one is really good and one is poor because of just the placement. So you go, well, I'll replace this poor performing square image with something else.
Yeah, because a lot of people see the ad, again, we are on our computers all the time, but most people see the ad on their phones, right?
Mhm. Yeah. And there's samples. You can see what it looks like when you're setting up the ads,
Mm.
and you can switch between desktop and phone. So you can kind of see, but you can load up 15 images and 2 logos.
And Nancy, I would start with maybe just one collection. Just decide on one thing first, test out the different things, and not just everything, because that'll be overwhelming. Just do one thing, test it out, get your best image, and then do maybe another product. So always go from 1 month to the next and then add another product, because
And I'll tell you one place to look right now for comparison is Temu, Temu. Have you seen those
Yeah.
ads?
Yeah.
I mean, they are like, what's happening is they're spending a ton of money on advertising to get you to download the app. But their ads, they're selling a lot of different products, but they are grouping them together. So it's just clothing, or it's just gadgets or something, right? And so I would just pay attention to their ads and make notes and go, because they're spending a lot of money and they're testing it. So I would learn from what they're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
As annoying as they are.
Yeah.
exactly. So I would also sign up for, what I like to do is sign up for newsletters for big brands and see what they're sending through, because those ads come through on my Gmail account to what they're advertising. So, and then obviously, if you start looking on a website, these things start following you around. And then, so you can also see what they're advertising, and then look on their Facebook page, right? You can see what ads they're running and the images they're running. That's very, and also, as Scott says, WordStream. I haven't used WordStream in such a long time. Gosh, yeah. This is going to be exciting. We can sell more. Yeah. So yeah, testing, seeing what we're doing, testing out one thing at a time. Starting off with Performance Max first, and then going Keyword Planner, checking out what the keywords are, going on AI, seeing if we can get some really decent text. There is another tool for text suggestions, isn't there, Scott?
Go ahead again. Sorry.
There is another tool for text suggestions for ads.
So when you put in your website, the Google's going to look at that, and as you're putting in your headlines, it'll make suggestions, the descriptions and everything.
Okay,
It'll give you suggestions. They're okay.
No, they're not always the best, right?
Yeah, but sometimes it's a place to start, and the thing is that you can do 5 headlines and different description. I mean, I would load it up. I would just put everything that you can possibly use, as many images as you can load in, as many descriptions and headlines as you can, and let the algorithm work for 2 weeks, and then go back and start scrubbing them out.
That's what you do with Facebook ads as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put in as many different types of images, keep the text the same, test it out, then start grabbing your images that do really well and start changing the text just to see which ones work really well and getting a winner out of those. Exhausting. So yes.
It's all fun.
All fun, yeah, all fun. Okay, guys, do you have any other questions for Scott?
This was really helpful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Glad to help out.
Because I know you'll have to jump.
You guys have fun. Yeah, we'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna drop out, but we'll see you next time around.
Thank you.
Thank
You're my
you.
hero. Okay, that was fabulous.
Are
So
you still
fabulous.
recording?
Yes, we are still recording.
All right, I have what might be a beginner's question,
Yes.
and I think it might have been answered, but I'm still a little like Performance Max.
Okay,
Do we
let me
get
show
that?
you.
We get that through our website?
Let me show you.
Thank you.
This was going to be a question.
We're all beginners, Lynn. Thanks for asking.
Thank you for that, but it's like the foundation. Where do you put all that information again?
We didn't talk about that, so
Yeah, no, he was very
we all
much,
need that.
he was very much a surface, but that's what we needed.
And that was an advanced class for me.
Really?
Yeah.
God.
I have been working on the ADA compliant. I've got some really good information. I'm creating a blog about it. We can talk about that a little bit in a while. Here's Google. Google. Here we are. Who's this? Oh, it's me. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So there it is. Where? Performance Max. Yes. Manage campaign. Did I have a campaign? Okay, create campaign. And so what it does, it goes to merchant, Google Merchant.
Do you know
yeah.
how many of those are available as well? I am so confused.
Oh, your products?
Oh, besides that, there's Google Console, Google Business Pro,
Google Analytics, Google.
Analytics, Google.
That's why I say that keep on this page, because except for Google Search Console, all right? So Google Search Console is it used to be called Google Webmaster Tools, which is actually a better name. But Google Search Console is where we register your domain name, and it picks up what is wrong with the website, Google search. So this is just this is where you go and pop your blogs in for it to be indexed. That's it. Okay. Now, where are we? Here. No, you don't have local inventory, sell on YouTube, buy on Google. I don't have it. Buy on Google is a free listing. Google search okay, let me go in here. It's better. So we've got Google Merchant Center account, right? That's where, which is really strange. Okay, hang on. Create a campaign. Let me go to marketing. Add campaign. Create a campaign. Let me just go to one of you. Okay, Help Patrol. Let me see here. So they what they've done is they shopping ads. So they have put it all in together under Google Merchant account. No access to the linked Google Ads account. So who you? Hug Patrol. So what we need to do is growth. Manage programs. Okay, we still shopping ads. We still need to, a couple of things need to go and connect. No access to, okay. Hang on. This is what we're going to do. Linked accounts. Okay, so you link all your accounts to the Google Merchant Center. Boom. Not linked. None of you are linked. So we will go.
Look at mine. I think I should be.
Hang on.
This is beyond.
No. I'll
I know.
link you.
I know, Lynn. It's beyond all of us.
Okay, I'm not
Like,
connected.
we
I'm
need
not
a
connected
basic
to
class.
you. Okay, hang on. I'm not connected to you. Okay, so I'll go through everybody's. Okay, so let's see here. Who are you? Parisians. Okay, Parisians, pure indulgence. Cool. Settings. Okay, we've got that. Analytics is in. We've got all that. Okay, let me go to your, and I don't think I'm connected. So, yes. So this is what you need to do for me. Kelly. I'm
Okay.
surprised I'm not connected to you. Go into your Google. So go from here. Okay.
Okay.
You connect to your Google Merchant account, and this won't come up. Then what you do is you go to this little gear here, and you're going to go to account access.
Okay.
And then you're going to add me as a user.
Okay.
All right. And then I can immediately see what's going on. All right. So let's go to Hug Patrol. So Hug Patrol. We don't have approved products yet, but I'm working on yours. Okay, I am working on yours. So you will know when it's available. Let me see here. Hug Patrol. And it's all about, and I'm going to talk about that as well. It's all about the meta stuff. Google. It's approved. Review. Oh, the bloody tax. Okay. Yours is with a freaking tax. Okay.
Is that what's slowing it down, or is it the variance?
It is the tax.
Yeah, but
Probably,
you fixed that.
yeah, but it takes, so let me see here. Yes, we did. Remember, we didn't put them back in again because it takes a while. Let's see here. Products and variants. So we go into,
And I created all of those
yeah,
to be put
so
in here.
So I don't know how, okay, so basic price, let's have a look here. I was working this weekend. We don't have the tax on here. Okay, there's several errors. Yeah, this I don't understand. Oh, missing tax and limited performance because of the MPN brand. Okay, so you are with my industrial lady. Okay, we don't have GTINs, we're custom products. So I think I've solved the problem this weekend. I am testing 2 of her products to see if I have solved the problem. So if you can be patient with me, please. And I'll show you in a minute what I did. Okay. Drug Patrol Industrial Farm Code. Products. I have just added the products. 2 products. Updated. Woohoo! Let's see. Hallelujah!
You did it.
I did it. I did it. Oh my God. I'm so impressed with myself. Okay. This is what I did. And I actually texted her on Sunday on Father's Day. I said, okay, tell Tyler happy birthday, her husband. And I said, I need you now. Anyway. So, okay, this is what I did. And Nancy, all yours has been approved. I know that. Let me first go to Nancy's. Nancy, it's abode.
Quick question, Veronica. I
Yes,
show
ma'am.
you as pending on my Google merchant. It's
Okay.
the Veronica at veronicajeans.com.
Yeah.
Is that a good address for you?
Yeah.
I just sent you another invitation. Okay.
Accept this
Just
to
wanted you to
change.
know.
Fabulous. Okay. It's now verified. Cool. Oh. No. Mine is veronica.jeans@gmail.com. Actually, yeah, just do another one.
Okay.
Veronica.jeans@gmail. Yeah. Otherwise, I have to sign in again.
Veronica.jeans@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. It's abode. Woohoo, nice job making your first 10 sales, baby. Okay. Google. Look at that. Okay, let's go to settings. Oh, let me just see here. Okay, Google 300. Yeah.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, I think, but remember she is selling somebody else's, so she's got their Nancy and them have got the GTIN and stuff. Okay, let me look at products first. All products. Boom, 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 baby.
So
One
this is
product
you, Nancy?
yeah.
Good job.
Oh.
Hey, what I was thinking when he was talking, I mean, yours is such a great visual product.
Yeah.
And I could just see rooms set up with your products in it as for those lifestyle images. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yes, I know, right? Yeah, here we go. It's now verified. Okay. All right. Okay, Kelly, we'll go into yours as well. So, okay, so
Of course, I have nothing set up in here, but I just
Yeah.
want to know if I'm ready
Yeah.
to make the next step.
yeah. So okay, so we've got them all approved. So you are going to do the next step is create a campaign. Oh, okay. So Nancy, you have to add, you see here, you have to add your billing details.
I thought I already did link it to PayPal. No, okay.
No.
Hmm.
Then go to overview. Continue setup. No.
Okay.
All right. So this is what I did to this is what I did. Who are you? Hug Patrol. So it's all about the meta fields. Remember, I haven't touched meta fields. It is so freaking fabulous.
It is.
Oh lordy, oh
Tell
lordy.
us why and what to do.
So okay, so meta fields. How can I show you? There were some really good examples. Okay, I don't want to record this because this is, I'll resume it in a minute. No, resume share. Only because I'm going into, okay. This is the meta fields are the, I think this is the easiest way to show it. Hang on. I don't want to go out of this page. Meta field. Let me go into mine first. Meta field is, a meta field literally is exactly what you have in your products, right? So if you're looking in bulk edit, these are meta fields, right? So it's every single information that you add on the back end. But so Shopify has made it easier to add extra things. So for instance, if you are so if I add it extra, so in the product here, these are meta fields, right? This is a meta field. Product type, the vendor, the variance, those are all meta fields, right? This is a meta tag because this is Google, right? It's freaking confusing. But anyway, so the meta fields are, if I wanted to add to a product, which is very exciting, if I wanted to add different types of, oh, yes, Kelly, different types of how to clean your face or how to use the product, right? And you wanted it like where people have in the product page,
Sure.
you know where you have, okay,
The drop downs.
yes, ma'am,
Okay, so instead of the drop downs, I would do
yes,
it here.
yes, because you do not have to then put it into for regions in the per oh shit, okay, per regions here. You do not have to put it into the description of what we had to do or into the code, right? So,
Right.
yes.
Then
So for
I could
instance,
handle it and wouldn't have to bug you.
yeah. So you can add it per product or in the bulk edit. So that it would be different, like cleaning instructions for Lynn. Lynn has how to heat and how to heat or what's it called? Using, yeah, how to heat and cool her products, or how to use the product with heat and cold, or how to wash the product. And so those are little extra things that you want to add to your page that you don't want to add in every single page. And then you can add it anywhere. So, and I'll show you where to add that as well in the product page. So this is where it pops up. So these are my Google things, right? And so I've been trying to just say this, I should say Google material. So Google custom is no, because this is a Google custom. It has to be no, right? Material, I've got that in there. I've got new condition and Google category. So for Google category, remember that we have to go to that bloody spreadsheet backwards and forwards or to our notes. So what I did is I created a drop down so you can add these different things into your products automatically. Okay, which will really help. So for instance, Nancy, when you're starting to add new products, you'll have that drop down. Okay. And then when we get to go back here. So we have this one, and I've got, I think this is the Albany 4. So then when you look into into the bulk edit, that's when you start looking and seeing here, and it has to be the Google stuff. Show all meta fields. No. See, no, material, Google conditions, new, and these ones. Oh, I'm so happy. This is awesome. This is just awesome. So for instance, if you have clothes, accessory.
Would you be willing to do one of mine? Because I'm not following how this is working.
No, I'll have to do it. So it's because it is who's this? Me. So I'll have to do some for my books as well. So Hug Patrol, for instance. Now Hug Patrol, because you have clothes, you have accessories, right? And there's material. So for you, we will have to add let me show you here. We will have to add a tools. Not Google Tools. Google.
So this is more complicated than Kelly's and Nancy's.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not getting it.
Just a little bit. So these are
Yeah,
the products.
I'm trying to follow this too. So
Yeah, we all are. We're all trying to follow this
Yeah.
because even though it looks like I'm a little further along, I have no clue what I'm doing with this lid.
No, I'll have to
You're
do
not
it.
alone.
I'll have to do it. And believe me, I'm doing it, and so I'm adding the images to the book, so you guys are getting it for free. But you just have to be patient with me, right? This is my next book. I actually split my book because this got too complicated.
So how about a class just on this, and that's all we do from beginning?
While I'm doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys will be able to do it. Actually, you know
Well,
what?
then why
I'm
are you
wrong. No,
telling
no,
the
no.
next steps?
I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So I have this page where I look at, and this is exactly, and this is only discovery, right? It's a discovery. I realize that product underscore type is what is part of the feed that they will put into the right position. So when we're adding this to the Google merchant, this is the code that they're looking for, right? And I had a little bit of help here in the yeah. So if we're looking under the products, meta fields, so they had a couple of them here. This is the no, I created that. The shopping MPN. We don't have MPN, so we have to keep that. We have to keep that empty. We do have a product category. We do have an age group, gender. We don't have status. So I get that information from here, what I need to add in there. So for instance, Kelly, we are going to be adding, we all have conditions, certification, color, civic color, gender, unisex material, pattern. So for maybe pattern is a good thing for Lynn. But I will have to start, I have to do a little bit here, size. No, not size. Size type. Product size. No. Size type. Product length, product width, product detail. No, this is not it. It is more at the top here, variance. So Lynn, with the variance, there is a way to get around it, but we get back to the images, right? So a lot of the brands have, if they have a pair of socks, for instance, they have the different colored socks, right? So they can put the colored socks into that variant image. This is one thing we don't have. You and industrial don't have an image with that color, right? So when it comes into here, every single variant is classed as one product. So if it's spring fling, sunburst, unscented, whatever, sunburst and unscented, then that's one product that shows on Google because it shows the product image, right? So if we don't have that and we only have the swatch, nobody's going to buy it then. That is our problem, right? So the way I've got around it is by creating that one product as a product, and then it gets pulled in as one product with no variance. Does it make sense?
I believe that's what I did. I took.
Yes, I know. Yeah, you did. And so I'm going to be, but here's the thing. So now you've created them. So I'm going to add the meta fields so that we add all the meta fields before we push it into Google, right? Because
Okay.
we want to have it correct before we push it. I'm not messing with this bloody thing again, right? So that's what I did with industrial. I added all the meta tags because it's impossible to add those meta tags afterwards. And I can only add them afterwards. So here's the thing is, let me put it this way. Here's one, right? So there's no ways to add a meta tag in here for Google, right? So I can add it to Google. So what if I even look into, say for instance, if I look into bulk edit straight from the product, there is no ways that I can add the Google tags. Who's this? But when I add a meta field, I can add the Google tags that are created just normally. Otherwise, I have to first add the Google sales channel before the Google and then go into the product, and then they will show up here. So let me show you this. Let me go into brackets again. Going outside, just going straight to the product and not through the Google sales channel. So when I look at it now, actually, no, let me go back and grab two. Grab two. Oh, I can go into bulk edit just with one. Oh, okay. So when you look at it now, you can see here. No, I have to still go through. Okay, this is what it is. Sorry. So because I've added the Google Meta fields, I can now add the Google tags. Otherwise, I have to first add the products to Google, right? Which they're not going to get approved, obviously, right? Then I can go in here in Google and go, okay, I want to check my products, then manage products. And then I can add the Google information. Where's the Google information? Google information. So they have to be added to Google, right? Does it make sense, girls?
No,
Nope.
I know,
this
I
is just
know,
way beyond us, Veronica.
I know.
Understand, but like Google doesn't allow us just to put in, just transfer from our site.
because the information is not there. The information that they need, that this is a new product, it's a custom product. The Google Google category is not in here. So there's nowhere to add the Google information in here, except your title, your description, your images, your price, your cost, your weight, right? And your what's available and on hand. So whatever Shopify have, the information Shopify has gets pulled in. But Google needs more than that. It needs to know if it's new. It needs to know the actual Google categories so it can put you into the correct Google category, not the tax category. This is a US tax category, which is, by the way, the same as Google, but still, who knows, So that is the problem, right? But I've solved the problem, hello, by adding these to your product, right? Is this the right one? Oh no, this is not a Google thing. Never mind. I've added the solution so that you can add these to your product, and then it pulls into Google and boom, 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 it's approved.
Okay, now I've got it.
Thank you. Okay, you guys know I have to get to the bottom of it. So Nancy, not a problem. Lynn, problem.
Right, and would you mind scrolling up just a little bit? I am still a little bit confused when it comes right about there. Yep. Product category. Then
let me go to one of your products. That makes more sense.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'm a little confused with the product category, the product type. What's the difference?
Okay. Product category is for the US tax, so it can be taxed properly. And I know you don't get taxed, right?
Right.
You don't pay tax, but for everybody else, right?
Right.
And the product type is in your it also shows. So if we're thinking about Google or Facebook, it shows them what it really is, what type of product it is, right? So it gets more into the granular, like heating pads, that is not really, this is just the product category that the tax said, okay, this is a good place to be in, which we decide, by the way. But this is what your product is, right? So if you're looking at Nancy's.
So did I do that correctly?
Yes. Yes, because that's what it is. So you also have to think of how do people search for my product? What is my product? The big thing, right? What is the main type of product? So if you were selling, say for instance, Susan, right? She has all those kids' clothes. So her product type is boys, girls, babies, baby boy, baby girl. That's her main type. Actually, maybe I'm wrong.
Gotcha.
Right? Then, and it's literally, so it can go from there, it can go into what it really is, or vice versa.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So let's have a look at and so for instance, Nancy has more types, or Kelly has body care. What do you have now? You have body
I have
care.
aromatherapy, body
Yes.
care, gifts,
Yeah.
facial care, nail care.
So that is where people go, okay, I want that, but now let me go into the weeds to see what I can find. It's like creating that breadcrumb for people on your website. Okay.
It's just breaking it down to more specifics. You've got skincare. Well, I need an eye cream. So it's all of these are breaking it down to more
Gotcha.
specific items.
All right, thank you.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Let's have a look at Kelly's. So Kelly has so her main product here is night. Okay, so her product type is night cream. Okay, so so it goes into the moisturizer, her main product, and then it's a night cream, the same as what your heating pads, but is a weighted wrap, and then you also have a blanket in the heating pads as well, right? So you're breaking it down into the categories where it will live. The actual face stuff comes in here in the collections and the tags, if you need it. Okay, tags. So if we're dealing with tags as in a searchable item, right? The search and discovery, we need to make sure that this is all capitalized, by the way, guys. But we also have to make sure is if somebody's searching on the website or on Google, if they're searching for sensitive skin, but you also have to make sure that they're searching for sensitive skin it has to be a connotation to what the product actually is. Does it make sense? Because, so for instance, with her, with the brackets, okay, she doesn't have a lot in here. So here it says wood sign, which is fine. Living room wall decor. Home is where the heart sign is sign. Home is where the heart is sign. Do people search like that, right? Farmhouse decor, yes. But then again, it is in the farmhouse decor. It should be in the farmhouse decor collections. So would we search for this on the website? And a good indication is when you go to big brands. Who is there? I'm thinking about Home Depot at the moment. Who's a big
House
hey?
or HOUSZ,
Let's
the big
go to Estee
furniture.
Lauder, see what she's got. Estee Lauder. Right, so let's go to makeup and face. Makeup and face. And they normally have, do they have a filter? Sort by. They only have sort by. They don't have a filter. Interesting. So let's see here. So maybe they only have a filter in.
So what you're getting at is
So if I'm going to
customer
Yes, if I'm going to search for something in here, do I search for sensitive skin night cream? That's my keyword. I don't just search for sensitive skin,
Oh, got you.
right? Because I know what I want. So also think about how, and so we have to start changing our keywords to keyword phrases. And we have to think about how do we search for stuff. We don't just give short words anymore. We give more. Okay, it's Siri. Alexa, who sells sensitive skin for night cream? I want in $150 range or whatever, right? So that's how you start. You start having to think about creating those keywords in your descriptions as well, because that's what Google picks up as well, right? Is those descriptions. And let's see here. I think I need breakfast. I think it's lunch. Okay, I thought Donna's back again. So and tags, you can use tags on your product description. I don't recommend it, but it's always these things can be as a search thing on your website. So be very cognizant of capitalized, please, capitalized, to make your website look clean. And then if you have those search things on the side of your website, obviously as the Lord is too bloody big. Okay. Actually, no, let's look here. Home Depot. Right. Is and I mean they're big as well. So if I'm looking for no, I don't want that. Home Depot, if I'm looking for refrigerator. Right. So now I can go down here and I'm looking for a bronze stainless steel look, right? And then I'm looking for, so people are actually used to making sure they know exactly what I want, this capacity, right? And I'm not worried about the money. Width has to be, since on my boat, has to be less than 23. So now I get down to really what I'm looking for. And that's how Google is going to start treating your products on Google search and everywhere else. They're literally going to give people what they're looking for. So if they are on Google search, I give a long description, right? I want something, blah, 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 blah. Then I don't just say refrigerator, but but I wanted to show you what it is that I'm doing. So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, it's again, you know, as I said, I'm writing about this all the time. So I'm really thinking about, okay, we used to use it as a search term, but it's come back as a search term again. Plus we're using it as a, getting it into our automated collections, right? So, and they don't have automated yet. So here's some automated collection. So you don't have to worry about, Nancy, you know, if you're adding new products, you just give it the right tag, and the tags have to be here that gets it into the collection. So yeah, different things to think about.
Would you repeat that last thought you just had? You have to have the tags to match, so it gets into the collections.
Yes, so it goes into automated collections. You don't have that because you have well, no, you don't have a lot of products. So if you don't have a lot of products, you don't need automated collections. And if you don't know intentions of adding a lot of products, you don't need an automated collection.
Okay.
So yeah, so don't even think about it. But it's about definitely, because
So the tags are what people are searching for
as well,
to find you. That's
as
what
well.
they should be.
As well,
Oh,
yes.
as well.
As well, yes. So you see here, I've used a product tag equal to vase, right? So because, but they will eventually have probably vases and pots and planters, right? Maybe. So maybe then we'll create, from this, we'll create 3 different products, 3 different collections to pull those other products in, but all the products will be in here. So when they have lots of products, then we will add, they have to have this and this and this, all the conditions. And it's only because they have so many products. I don't do this on a if you don't have a lot of products.
Mhm.
Yeah, anyway. Yes, and so now we have search and discovery. So you really have to think about it, right? So what do you want on the page? And so when we looked at It's About as well, and we decided, well, you know, where is it? Some of this stuff was it's too long. So you know, we only wanted product type because it's like a high end. Okay, I want this type because that's what the website is all about. Is I want pots and planters, or I want vases, or I want this other thing. So we only have product, and then these 2 will only get pulled into the pillow, the different pillow collections pages, right? So yeah. So creating those spreadsheets and making sure that your tags make sense, rather than doing this. And this comes from, she had all her products in Etsy and she just pulled it in from Etsy. So we had the weirdest tags and the brackets and bracket and no, really not. So I'm still cleaning up.
And you're saying those are supposed to be all capitalized, every?
Yeah, because remember, so this wood signs will pitch up on the search. So you want to make sure that it's capitalized.
Gotcha, okay.
Right? So you can't, so I have to take this out, but I don't know no, I can take it out. So I want to add wood signs. So now it won't go out.
Yeah, I just had that problem. I couldn't get rid of anti-aging in a lowercase.
Yeah, I wonder if there is a way, right? There is a way. Custom data. Ooh, yes. And we're going to do blog posts, catalog, categories. Ha ha ha. This is going to be awesome. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just starting to play with meta fields. Anyway, I think I should blow your brains, girls, blow your brains. So
They're already blown.
Lynn, I'm working on yours. Okay.
Thank you.
As soon as I've got hers nailed down, industrial, which is I've got it nailed down, I will be adding yours as well. You have a little bit extra requirements, so which I have to add. Nancy doesn't have a problem, and Kelly, we are the next because with ours it is again, who's this? It's about. Ours is we adding the size. Remember, you have 9 ounces or 12 ounces or something that goes into the size, the
Meta field, yeah.
meta field, which is, and is called something specific. So then it'll pitch up as your product is 8 ounces, right? The correct. And it's not the weight, it's actually something that the customer will see. And so we can add that to different, so once it's in the meta field as well, you can add it to the different, and we're gonna then start creating some stuff for the products. That's what I can show you guys. So we will have a lesson of how to add different types of things to our product pages. That's a good exercise. Sure. Yeah. Okay. This is all I have. This is all I have today.